Welcome to another edition of Mad River Outdoors. We're up here on the property again today, and we're actually going to do some work. We're going to tackle the pump. We're going to do some sealing of the chimneys. We got a tarp to put over, try and keep the water out. So stay tuned for that. We'll show you the progress. Make sure you click that like, share, and subscribe button. We need all the likes we can get. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and hit that button right now. Just the like. It doesn't even cost you anything. And while you're there, you can hit the subscribe button too. Maybe we'll get to 20 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be exciting. Alright, so one of the things that we're going to do today is we're going to try to get some outside cracks sealed. So we're going to work on this chimney here. So I'm going to pull all this crap off and try to get a good seal on. There seems to be a lot of water getting into the basement from that particular hole, which is causing flooding, which is causing mold. So that's one thing we're going to try to do today. And then the other thing we're going to try to do is we're going to pull all this plywood off and try to get this old chimney covered with a tarp, so that hopefully we can try to keep some additional water going in from this side. It's amazing that the people that lived here put in a sliding glass door and left the camp in this condition. There's holes going into the basement, so it's probably been like this for 10 years. The fact that it's been like this for so long and that they let it go, just, I don't know, it just goes to show you that some people just don't care. It's amazing, but I still consider this a great opportunity. Alright, so we're testing water pumps. I got a friend up here who does some HVAC plumbing, and we did some testing on this pump, and we know that this motor is seized, does not work in any capacity. So now we're going to go down into the basement and test the pump down here and see what we can get. The inside hole, from what I'm going to be plugging outside, is right here. So with any luck, we can keep the water from flowing. So what do we got going on here? Look at the size of that spider.
Oh, Jesus. Thanks.
Wow, that is a monster.
Do something with that.
Holy shit. What kind of spider? Wow, that is huge. I've never seen a spider that big. Woo! That's intimidating, to say the least.
Hit him with the pipe wrench.
Are we killing it?
Yeah, you're.
All right. It has been erased from history. Woo! That was a big spider. Holy crap. Here.
We know what it is. It's gotta be when you shut off.
Are you talking about like what
Breaker?
breaker?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's gonna come back around.
Right?
How long is this place been sitting?
A few years. It doesn't look like that screw's moving anymore. Nothing too intimidating.
Well, at least it ain't hard to cop. It's off. It's this.
Okay.
Do we try to turn it on?
Sure. What's the worst
Have
that
you
can
ever
happen?
tried to turn it on?
No. So you must plug it into one of these plugs. I wonder if it's like this this one right here with the
okay.
switch.
So this right here.
Oh, yes. Okay, that makes sense.
It's this breaker and
Yep.
it's off.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you want me to plug it in? In case we die?
Well, it's not powered right now, so we're safe.
All right.
It's still right.
But you see what I mean with the condensation? But got water. That's why I want to get that hole plugged up. You want me to flip it?
So now there's a switch.
Okay. So now if you test the power, you'll know if that switch is working then. And then is that going to tell us if there's power to the motor part? Or we don't
Won't
care
know
about
right
that
away
because
that was tripped. That was black.
yes.
Oh man, it's corrosion everywhere.
Probably need a new box.
The water pump. It said water pump. I totally remember. There's only 62 volts coming out of your breaker. This thing.
Okay.
I don't know if I leave it on.
So there's something, so
Something like
Okay.
the corrosion on the bar. I don't know how much
Yep.
power you should be using in the house.
okay, okay.
You don't want it from.
So should we, so do you feel like at this point we should turn the main off?
Want to check some outlets first?
Sure.
Hold on. Let me go check it. You got it. Yeah, dude. You're gonna burn his house down. Where's the main breaker?
There is no main, oh, he said it was these two up here.
You got one leg on this one. Good.
So it doesn't work,
Put it
is
on
what
that
you're
one.
saying. Doesn't work.
One of these legs isn't registering.
Okay.
That's the good one. That's the bad one.
Okay.
You got power there. It's 220, so you got one leg of it.
Okay.
So all the ones that are oven and shit, right?
Hmm?
Hot water heater. You got hot water right now?
No.
You got nothing. 30 amp. It's got to be your range. Is it a gas range or electric?
Propane.
So I'm just shutting.
Oh, stove or fridge.
Anything that's 220 needs to be shut. Oh, is your fridge?
No, nothing.
What's on 220?
There's nothing in power on here. You can turn everything off. Absolutely. Turn everything
I
off.
would turn it. But you could, in theory, have something. Did I go there?
So right here, these should also be off as well. Right?
Did I not?
And this off.
Everything.
Yep.
Sorry, did I go back?
Yeah, some of them work. And it's okay.
Cool.
Alright, so technically this whole thing is dead, with the exception of the main power that is live coming in.
Correct.
Do you think we should pull the main
I didn't.
pull the breaker at the main? Shut the breaker off so there's no power to anything in here. So the barn is dead, this is dead, everything's dead.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but not at least this one.
Okay.
If we can somehow, that's got to go out to somewhere. There's got to be a junction. Is it in the barn or?
Yes. No. The way I understand it is there's a main that comes into off the back side of the barn. There's a box in the barn and there's a box here.
So there's no, like, you can't call grid and have to pull your meter right here.
The meter is on the road on the way in.
I would definitely empower this fucking one.
Alright, so what we've been doing is we've been testing power from the barn to the house to the box here in the middle, and we've come to the conclusion that we have power on one lug but not on the other lug. We know that the barn is not connected to the house in any capacity, and neither is that green box that I showed you in the previous video. We pulled the fuses. The fuses have good continuity, but again, there's two fuses sets that are missing and there's still power in the house. So we believe that the power from that box probably goes to this barn or chicken coop behind me. So at this point what we're going to do is we're going to cut a path to the breaker box and see what happens when we start hitting the power there. Right now the breaker box that's in the house is going to ultimately pose a fire hazard, and we need to get it dealt with as soon as possible. And we found an old tube TV, if anybody's interested. It's good stuff. Alright, let's see what kind of mess we can make here. Oh, it's just one breaker.
So you're not going to be able to have, either you leave it powered,
Yes,
either you leave it powered,
or you don't.
or you don't, and you lose the shed, the garage.
Now, but again, we don't need any power up here, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Leaving it on there?
I don't care.
You don't need power,
Turn it off.
but you're paying to have power.
Well, I'm paying service charge anyway, but yeah, turn it off.
Dude.
Huh?
We might need to get that cane. It's fused. It's frozen shut. Or frozen open.
Frozen on.
Maybe I just didn't put enough power, but let me grab that cane.
Want to use this?
Barbara. stuff.
Okay. All right.
Dude, I had to pound on it.
Okay.
When I pound, those things are.
Right.
So, and you can see the corrosion.
Okay.
So water's getting into the box system.
Okay. All right. Good to know. All right. So we were able to come in here, and I got a path cut out to the breaker. When we were trying to just simply flip the breaker, it wouldn't flip. So we determined that it's old, rusted, and basically frozen. We ended up using a long rubber, I don't know, something with rubber on it. We used a rubber tool to hit the breaker pretty hard, and we were able to get it turned off. So now there's no power from this pole right here to anything in this line, luckily, so we don't have to worry about burning anything down. So that's good news. All right. Outdoors. We were able to go through and get the styrofoam in place, try to cover up the chimney. We got a new tarp on the other side of the chimney. We went through the electrical. We know that one leg of the 220 input does not work. We tested all the boxes in between, nothing good there. Definitely need to get an electrician so we don't burn the house down. As of now, we've turned the power off at the main pole, so there's no power going to anything on the property. Fingers crossed. And we cleaned out the inside of the camp. Got rid of the couch and the love seat. We still got this bed to deal with and just a bunch of other miscellaneous junk. So that's going to be next week. We got to get a dumpster up here so we can get rid of all this stuff properly. So that's where we're at as of right now. Got to get these windows closed up, keep the rain out. This is the kitchen that's in here now. Oh, look at that. This is the kitchen that's in here now. Needs a lot of work. Got some nice vaulted ceilings. And you come out here into the porch. This used to be an enclosed porch, and then the guy that used to live here went through and added this wall with these windows all the way down. pellet stove. And then here's the bathroom. Here's the light switch in the bathroom, because this used to be the entryway. Very inconvenient. And this is a stairway up to the loft. Good size loft. You can, looks like you could fit probably a queen bed in here. And some dresser. There's a lot of bird crap and mouse droppings. This is Mike with Mad River Outdoors. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you click that like, share, and subscribe button. Click the bell notification for future videos. Talk with you soon.